and Flowers Street. Here is surveillance footage that we got from employees at Pee Wee Market. Now, it is hard to see, but you can start to see that people start to run. That's because employees at the market told me they started to hear gunshots being fired. And if you look to the right, top right corner, you can see that's where that shooting occurred, leaving multiple people injured and one dead. Again, like I said, multiple agencies responded, including KCSO, Bakersfield Police, Bakersfield Fire, and Hall Ambulance. And here's what investigators told us after they arrived.
When officers arrived, they located 3 victims of the shooting. One had major injuries and is deceased at the scene, and 2 additional victims with minor to moderate injuries that were taken to the hospital. There's no suspect information to release at this time. The investigation is very early on and will be being conducted for numerous hours.
Now, again, the scene does remain active, but not as loud as it was beforehand. We'll continue to bring you the latest information on our social media platforms and our website at turnto23.com. For now, in East Bakersfield, Josh Sanders, 23 ABC News.
All right, Josh, thanks. And as you mentioned, we're going to continue to follow the very latest on this on turnto23.com. There you can look at all of the details so far in the investigation. You can also stay up to date through our 23 ABC Facebook page. You can see that full surveillance video just into our newsroom right now. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, Alexa, and our other social media pages. If you have any information about the shooting, again, you are urged to contact Bakersfield Police at 327-7111. The Downtown Business Association hosted their annual State of the Downtown breakfast this morning, discussing the area's issues with crime and projects to combat it, like Block by Block. Today at the State of the Downtown breakfast, the DBA and Downtown Business Development Corporation announced they're looking for block captains for their project. Block by Block will be a type of community watch comprised of downtown businesses that will report issues at forums and tackle the issues together. The program will begin on March 1st. Bakersfield City Councilman Andre Gonzalez says the program will hopefully curb crime and other business owners' concerns about safety. A group of Independence High School students hosted an energy academy on their campus today, showing local middle school students the cool side of science. The Independence High School Energy Academy hosted 8th graders from Lakeside Middle School today, showing projects put together by their club's sophomores, juniors, and seniors. The projects were on topics like energy, biology, chemistry, even aerospace engineering. Students in the academy say science is the future, and they're happy to spread the message. Well, Valentine's Day is here, and couples and singles from all over Kern County have been preparing all day, looking to celebrate the occasion with their friends, family, and sweethearts. Local businesses enjoyed a boom today with lines snaking around and out the door in some places. At Smith's Bakery, some people piled in by the dozen looking for cakes, cookies, and other sweet treats. Over at Log Cabin Florist, flowers of all colors were flying off the shelves. Some last-minute shoppers say they were shocked at how many other people were out and about buying gifts for Valentine's Day.
It's a tradition I have with my grandkids. I buy them Valentine cookies every year, so that's why I did it. But yeah, I've never seen a line like this before.
Log cabin I've been over the years, got for my anniversary and Valentine's Day. Always buy them here. Happy wife, happy life.
Very, very smart there. Well, business owners say Valentine's Day is one of their busiest days of the year, and they spend months preparing for the rush.
New numbers show just how much middle-class families are struggling. The Urban Institute found nearly 1/3 of families would not be able to cover a $400 emergency. The Now's Annie Taylor with a look at the problem and what we can do about it.
This new report shows that even if a family has steady jobs, it still may not be enough to cover monthly expenses. And we're talking about basic needs like paying for rent, childcare, and health care. This includes families that make anywhere from $40,000 to $81,000 a year. And when you throw in unexpected expenses like a big medical bill or even a car repair, it's even more difficult for these families to make ends meet. Having a job isn't part of the problem, but having a job that pays well enough is. And a lot of new job openings are low-paying jobs. But there are higher-paying jobs out there that you actually don't need a degree. The Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that managers of transportation, storage, or distribution get paid well. Their average salary is $92,000. About 5 years' experience is needed. And then power distributors and dispatchers typically get paid about $82,000, and you don't need prior experience for this job. Elevator installers and repairers are paid more than $79,000 on average, and no prior experience is needed here either. Electrical and electronics repairers have a similar salary, $78,000 a year, and you do need some job training for this job before you'll get hired.
All right, Annie, thank you. Let's get back to our lineup here. And schools across the country have been changing their security since the Parkland shooting and also after the one last year in Santa Fe, Texas. And we're talking with one school district even going as far as using facial recognition to keep kids safe. That story when the Now continues. Let's start this news feed with the investigation into the alleged attack of actor Jussie Smollett. Chicago police, they've identified people of interest. They aren't suspects, though. They just say they were in the area around the time of the alleged attack. Smollett gave his first TV interview since that attack today on Good Morning America. Well, diet soda, we know it's not good for you, but listen to this. The American Heart Association says artificially sweetened drinks are linked to strokes, heart attacks, even early death in women over 50. Specifically, women who drink and people who drink 2 or more of those drinks a day. Now the risks were highest for women with no history of heart disease or diabetes. JP Morgan getting into cryptocurrency, the company creating what's called JPM Coin. It's a digital token used to instantly settle transactions. Right now, it's just a trial. School security has been a big issue since the Parkland shooting. The Now's Chris Welch joins us from Parkland today with a look at how one school is changing their security in the wake of another shooting that happened just too close to home.
Sadly, Parkland was not the only mass school shooting to happen last year. 9 students and 1 teacher were killed in the small Texas town of Santa Fe. Now, we took a trip to Texas City, Texas, just up the road from there, where the district decided to make some bold and rather expensive changes that they say make their schools much safer. Just 3 days after this scene unfolded in Santa Fe, Texas City Schools, just 15 miles up the road, made an unconventional hire. They brought in a 12-year U.S. Secret Service veteran.
You have 3 different things here.
Mike Matranga has been given over $6 million in voter-approved new taxes to secure or harden the district's buildings.
So we purchased 22 short barrel rifles. They are a Stag Arms product. They're 11-inch barrel.
AR-15 semi-automatic weapons, one for each school in the district that only a sheriff's resource officer has access to.
Teachers aren't going to be using this.
No, not at all. Never.
Inside Blocker Middle School,
this is our secure vestibule. It's our lobby.
One of the first things you may not even see, bullet-resistant film on all the glass.
You know, I could give you a hammer or a crowbar, and you can just wail away at this thing for minutes.
And a secure zone for the receptionist who has a button to lock entrances.
This is called the teacher lock.
Speaking of doors, ones leading to classrooms now able to withstand 3,000 pounds of force.
They have this key on their lanyard. They would go initiate the lock.
Soon, the district will even have a system of cameras capable of object and facial recognition. They'll be able to tell when someone's on campus who shouldn't be.
We've got 83 kids here.
As for the students, they'll all be wearing these radio frequency ID badges tracking their whereabouts. Anticipating concerns about privacy, officials say they only work on campus.
Do you ever worry that we're turning schools into sort of a militarized place to be?
I do, and I understand people's concern. I do understand that, but you know, I don't think that that's the case. We take a lot of precautions to make sure that our kids don't feel that and that our parents don't feel that.
Matranga believes with these measures, Texas City is now twice as safe as it used to be, but he cautions no school can ever be 100% secure.
Anybody who tells you that, do not listen to them. It's impossible.
Reporting for The Now in Texas City, Texas, I'm Chris Welch.
All right, Chris, thank you. And other school districts have opted for more behind-the-scenes approaches to spotting trouble. After Parkland, the makers of Bark online monitoring software offered the program to school districts for free. Bark scans text messages, emails, social media, things that might be a sign that somebody's going to harm themselves or others. Then it alerts school officials. Bark reps say that they've reported 16 plausible school shooting threats to the FBI, and we talked to Bark about what people are telling them.
Across the board, Bark gives them peace of mind. It is impossible, humanly, not possible, to monitor all the different ways children are communicating online. And so our artificial intelligence does that for them and escalates the things that they need to pay attention to.
Parents can pay to use Bark to monitor their children's personal accounts. It looks for other signs of trouble, self-harm, cyberbullying, inappropriate content, and online predators. Bark for School is only used on school-issued devices and accounts, and it's currently in more than 1,100 school districts across the country.
Well, taking a live look at downtown Bakersfield, you can see just a tiny bit of cloud coverage there as one storm moves out. Allison, though, another one on the way.
Oh, yeah, and this second storm is actually going to be much colder than what we were seeing today, going to be bringing that snow level down significantly as we head into the weekend. But this atmospheric river did bring a nice soaking to us here across the county. Here in Bakersfield, more than 1/4 of an inch of rain, but actually places in our desert cities did see more than 1/2 of an inch, but we still continue to track these strong winds as we head into the overnight hours, especially up in the Kern River Valley. Gusts are more than 30 miles per hour. So that wind advisory that we've been tracking, well, that will be impacting the mountains until tomorrow morning. But all these strong winds, good news for our air quality. We'll be right back to the good range tomorrow with an AQI of 50, and there are no restrictions, but burning is discouraged. Now, this atmospheric river going to be squeezing out any of the last moisture that it can throughout the overnight hours tonight, but then once this clears, we are making way for a cold front pushing into the county. So that's going to be bringing some rain chances for us here in the valley, beginning at around 10 a.m. tomorrow, continuing throughout the afternoon. But again, this is a much colder system, so that means that snow level going to be dropping as we head into the rest of your weekend. So could potentially be down to 5,000 feet by Friday evening, but then more cold air makes its way into the county, and that could be dropping down to 2,500 feet by the time Sunday night rolls around. So that does mean we do have the chance to see some snow down to past level. We will be continuing to track that as we head into the weekend, but that wind advisory will be impacting us until 10 a.m. on Friday morning. But look at this. Much cooler temperatures. Today we had a high of 67 degrees, so that's well above seasonal, but tomorrow only a high of 56. And then we'll be continuing to drop as these two systems make their way into the county. Again, we're looking at chances of showers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but areas in the mountains are going to be seeing some snow showers beginning potentially late tonight, but really Friday night continuing throughout the day on Saturday as well as on Sunday. And then those systems clear by the time Monday rolls around, which is President's Day, slowly going to be warming up and then actually tracking our next chance of rain on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But as you can see, temperatures are going to be staying well below seasonal through the extended forecast. Chris?
Let's start the Now news feed. The Denver teacher strike is over. The public schools and teachers union making a deal this morning after 3 days of striking. New deal has a reformed pay system and more money for teachers. The wife of former Chicago police officer Jason Van Dyke says he was attacked in prison. Now, Van Dyke is in a federal prison currently in Connecticut. Former officer serving nearly 7 years for second-degree murder in the death of Laquan McDonald in 2014. Well, take a look at this. GM out with a new product. It's an e-bike. Company unveiling this today. It said that it's going to start taking orders in some European countries first. The company is looking to add some new products because there are some questions and concerns about the future of car ownership when you think of the popularity of ride-hailing apps and other forms of transportation. Well, after all the competition among cities to try and land Amazon's HQ2, you think of the wheeling, the dealing, all the talk. Today, the company announced that it's scrapping its plans to build a second headquarters in New York City. Amazon says it just faced too much backlash from both the community and from politicians. Those critics said the $1.5 billion in incentives for Amazon, it was just a bad deal for taxpayers. The company still plans to build its other HQ2 campus, which is in Virginia, outside of Washington, D.C. More stores are expected to shut their doors. Right now, it's just kind of a matter of who and when. Coresight Research found more than 2,000 stores have already announced closings this year. Now, that includes stores owned by Jim Barry and Charlotte Roos. Yeah, a lot of different factors leading to these store closures. You think of online sales that are growing and just slow sales at brick and mortar stores. Also, rising interest rates and bankruptcies playing a big part. All right, let's check back in with our lineup here. All right, on this Valentine's Day, you've heard of milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, but we're going to let you in on a little secret. We are testing out a rare fourth kind that's starting to show up in the U.S. You're watching the Now.
Welcome back. Are you looking for some last-minute plans this Valentine's Day? If you are, we're not judging you. We're just helping you out. You can still catch comedian Brian Regan at the Fox tonight. Regan is known for poking clean, family-friendly fun at everyday situations. You may recognize Regan from Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, his specials on Comedy Central, or his Netflix special, Nunchucks and Flamethrowers. If you'd like to see Regan tonight, tickets are still available. The show starts at 7:30, so hurry and head that way. All right, when the Now Bakersfield returns, we're checking back in with Chris talking about that fourth kind of chocolate.
Valentine's Day or not, let's be serious. We rarely need an excuse to enjoy chocolate. But, of course, you got your milk chocolate, your white chocolate, your dark chocolate. But how about this? The Now's Andy Taylor discovering there is a fourth kind.
It's been over 80 years since the invention of white chocolate, but now there's a new kind of chocolate on the U.S. market. And if you like the color pink, then you're really going to like this. It's called the Ruby chocolate.
There is nothing added to the chocolate. The cacao beans grow pink, the chocolate is produced pink, and the end product is the same color you see on the shelf.
Philip Simonson, owner of the Chocolate Lab, says the flavor is similar to white chocolate, but with a twist.
It's going to start off sweet, you'll get a little sour, you're going to get the berry notes, and then the final finish is that smooth chocolate flavor at the end.
Because of the limited production, this kind of chocolate is rare in the U.S., but overseas, it was introduced in Asia 2 years ago, so it's become quite popular.
I believe Nestle was the first company in Asia to start producing the Kit Kats.
Well, since we're here, we have to try the chocolate, and I'm a milk chocolate girl, so this better win me over. Let's do this. Actually, this is really good. But again, I'm just one opinion. That's Alf Kramer, first-time taste tester.
Okay, start off very kind of sweet, creamy, rather subtle just kind of to start with, but more stuff is happening now that's making its way through the mouth.
While everyone at the Chocolate Lab has sweet things to say about Ruby chocolate, you don't have to wait to be the judge. Ruby chocolate is sold online.
I'm gonna have to stop in more often.
For the Now, I'm Annie Taylor.
I'll have to give it a try, Annie. Thank you. Now, there's a whole industry that's trying to stop scammers who target our parents and our grandparents' money. Tomorrow on the Now, the ways bank employees are stepping up and spotting more elder fraud.
And coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11, a yearly address celebrating business in downtown Bakersfield, how one business was recognized for reaching their 100-year milestone. That's coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. In the meantime, though, we're okay right now, Allison, but not for long.
Definitely not for long. This is the calm after one storm and the calm before another two on the way as we head into the weekend. But temperatures here in the valley much cooler than what we were feeling this time yesterday. 56 degrees, but already dropping into the 20s down in Pine Mountain Club as well as in Breckenridge. So we are tracking another system bringing some rain chances for us here in the valley Friday at around 10 a.m. But actually, as you head up in elevation, that is going to be turning into snow. That snow level dropping down to 5,000 feet by Friday night and will only continue to drop as we head into the weekend.
Looking forward to that. Yeah. All right, that's going to do it for us here on the Now Bakersfield. We hope to see you back here tonight for 23 ABC News at 11. Happy Valentine's Day.